If I were to estimate how many cartoons in the world are for kids, I would say 80% of the cartoons in existence are targeted towards kids. Cartoons are delightful for kids, but there are times where parents would have to skip certain scenes of certain shows because of how dark, creepy, and scary those scenes are. To prevent children from getting scarred for life, I'll tell you some of the cartoons you should be careful about when spending time with kids. You'll see a lot of terrifying images, so don't watch this video unless you think you can take it. Here we go, guys. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here are the top 5 darkest animated kids shows. Symbionic Titan. The most underrated show that aired on Cartoon Network does a great job scaring people to death. Seeing some characters shapeshift can be scary, but none of the shapeshifters are scarier than the one in The Ballad of Scary Mary. For those that remember my first 10 words or less parody on my channel, you may know which 2 episodes have the best examples of frightening moments. One of those episodes is Shaman of Fear, which featured a monster that showed us Lance and Alana's worst fears. The other episode is The Demon Within, where Alana got a scratch that turned her into a freak, and worse, she was brainwashed into attacking the other protagonists. You're worried about Lance, who is supposed to protect the king's daughter, and you're worried about Alana, who is supposed to be the next ruler of Galaluna. I'm telling you guys, this isn't your normal Aliens Protect Earth series. It's more complex than you think it is. Teen Titans. Yep, my favorite show is dark enough to be on this list. DC didn't start inserting their dark and gritty tone in the DC Extended Universe. In fact, this show, and others I may or may not get to, came way before Man of Steel. Raven has a real creep factor towards other people, mostly the Dr. Light. Anyone else familiar with the moment where Beast Boy discovered that Terra is working for Slade, and the struggles Terra herself was facing before and after the truth was revealed? Do you recall the time when Robin has been seeing a certain foe that the other Titans could not see? You probably saw what Raven had been going through in the 4th season of the series, since she's been trying really hard to prevent the prophecy that was about Trigon doing the Earth from occurring. Maybe the dark tone in the original Teen Titans is why some kids prefer to watch Teen Titans Go. Just saying. Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Once again, both Avatar shows are sharing a spot on one of my lists. The power to bend air, water, earth, and fire is powerful, but the most dangerous kind of bending is blood bending. You were already nervous about the first bloodbender you've seen, so Nick makes you even more panicky when Katara becomes a bloodbender, and she didn't even want such power in the first place. The bending inevitably came back in Legend of Korra, and it is used against Avatar Korra. Not much of a surprise that bloodbending is still a thing in the series, and not surprised that it was used on Korra. To make things a little more not-so-child-friendly, the Earth Queen suffocates thanks to Zahir, an evil airbender. He's also responsible for making Korra drink a metallic poison, which caused her to see a different version of herself in the Avatar state. Seems like Zahir not only did a number on Korra, but on the viewers as well. Gargoyles. Some of you have probably been thinking that dark is not an adjective people normally use to describe Disney's works in animation. Yet Gargoyles is a show where you can use dark to explain what you think about it. Way back in the 10th century, the Gargoyles used to live in Scotland, and the statues got destroyed by Vikings. That's kind of how you manage to commit murder to living beings without any blood. Times for the mythical creatures weren't any easier in the 20th century, like the time Broadway accidentally shot Elisa because he was playing with a gun. Considering that some of you want Goliath and Elisa to be an official couple, there is an episode for that, but don't expect to escape any fear when seeing it. Disney has proven themselves more often that they can insert dark themes in shows like Gravity Falls, and I have a feeling the Owl House won't be afraid to scare anyone's pants off, honestly. Batman, the animated series. Is there any reason this was unforeseen in any shape or form? It's Batman, for Pete's sake. Taking inspiration from Tim Burton's 1989 film, Batman continues to bring justice to Gotham City's most dangerous villains while wearing a bat suit. The crew behind the series have truly put the scare in Scarecrow when he has his fear gas to use on those who come into contact with, including Batman. Nevertheless, the nightmares don't stop there. Besides what the villains do, you get to see how the villains were created in the first place, and they did have a fair point about Batman being the reason the villains were created in the beginning. Furthermore, you don't really get to see Gotham in a peaceful, blue sky state. The new Batman Adventures follows the same path the animated series went. You could even go so far to say that some of the designs there, including the Joker's, are a bit more eerie than the previous designs. Want to know which Batman episode takes the devil's food cake as far as using the dark tone? Over the Edge. And that is where identity reveals go horribly, horribly wrong. Batman has had this series to remember the pitch blackness, and it looks like the Dark Knight won't decrease the dark tone anytime soon. More spooky stuff is heading your way. Please listen to my fearsome friends, comment below, and follow me on Instagram for terror-stricken thumbnail previews and teasers for upcoming YouTube videos. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bedbugs bite, especially at midnight-o.